So if you're thinking of buying the AeroBand Pocketdrum 2 Max, look no further. This is the video where I will share with you some of my thoughts of why I decided to buy this, and also why I think it might not be suitable for people who have the sole intention to learn drumming to use this product, but instead, if you are interested in performing arts or maybe some sort of MIDI type of interesting equipment, this could be something that you can look at. So in this video, what I'll do is that I'll do some sort of demos with the audio, with the drum set initially, and I'll show you how I was able to link this with Logic Pro on the MacBook to use the MIDI function. And then I'll do a quick unboxing video and finally summarize some of my thoughts of what I think this product is made for. Personally, I'm not a professional drummer, so I cannot offer you any professional drumming advice, so I can only share with you at my point of view as a consumer. In this part of the video, I wanted to show you a demo of the different drum sounds. So according to the website, there's 8 different drum sounds within this cup. So the way I'm doing this is that this is the control unit, and then I'm using a line out. And all the audio that you hear is directly coming from this unit, okay? So there's no editing or anything at all. I have these panels on the floor. So what I need to do is to turn on the unit right now. So now it should be on. And then I will click on this. Okay, you can hear the sound, right? So it means that it's on. I will put this on the floor. So because of the space constraint, this is definitely not the perfect place to demo the sound, but I do want to show you how it is. So now I will turn on the drumsticks, okay? And then like the user guide, 45 degrees in front of me. So when I'm hitting these areas, I can feel some vibrations on the stick, so it's a nice touch to it. So my initial feeling is that, because this is my first time doing this, my space is constrained, I'm not sure if it affects the accuracy of the hits, but from time to time there is some sort of calibration. So my advice for you is that if you're thinking of getting this, you do need some time to get used to it. Because I've noticed that, when I hit the hi-hat, sometimes it's easy for the hi-hat to become a snare depending on the angle that I'm holding the stick. Look, listen to this. See, right? So if you're like, and then if you're doing a lot of movement, it will become snare, right? So you have to do like really deliberate angles like this. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, right? Right, so I think there's a lot of control that you have to exercise and also to really get used to this. The experience is fun. It is a unique product where if you have a constrained space, you can express yourself musically, and that is, this whole thing is portable. You don't have to really bring an amplifier. You could use a headphone and so on, but you do need some patience. So in a real drum will be like snare, right? But now I have a snare and a hi-hat for some reason. This is putting a snare and a hi-hat very close to it. So it should be like this. And then if times like this happens, I'll have to turn it off. Okay, now it's off. And then turn it on again. Right? So I think practice makes perfect, but it is something that you need to have a lot of patience to deal with, okay? So this is just the built-in unit. I would want to show you how the MIDI work. Alright, so one of the biggest potential of these drumsticks is the MIDI control. So unfortunately, the official website does not have a lot of documentation. I even asked them on WhatsApp, they weren't able to give me anything useful. So I've decided to find out how it works. I wanted to show you how it might work so that it might benefit you if you're using this as a MIDI controller. This is Logic Pro on my MacBook. And what you need to do is that you can select a MIDI external instrument. Make sure that MIDI destination is USB MIDI all. Create. And then this is track 1 instrument, okay? So instrument 1. Then what you need to do is to select an instrument. So say for example, let us use the drum kit as an example. So right now the adapter is being connected using USB-C. So when I step on the bass drum, you should be able to hear it. And also the hi-hat. Now let me calibrate again, it's not working as intended. So that's the MIDI. But I think one of the biggest potential is not just selecting all the drums here and so on, right? Although it opens up a lot of possibilities because there's different drum sound, right? Or heavy. But I think one of the biggest potential is that what you can do is you could go to electronic drum machine and say for example, I like EDM. You could use After Party as an instrument. And let me tap on the kick drum. Right? You can see that, oh, it's actually a kind of like an EDM beat. Right? So what I was able to do is that, say for example, I want to use the kick to trigger something, right? What I can do is when I can click on this, everything triggers the kick drum. Right? So it's interesting, but I just hope that there's more official documentation on what signals are being sent, how we could adjust the settings and so on. But I want to show you this really cool thing, okay? So this is the kick, right? I can actually change the kick using the drum machine, right? Like analog circuits or beat machine, big room. Right? I'm triggering with my feet. So when I press back the drum machine here, it sets the the bass drum to this. Right? It's the same. But there is some sort of difference in sound. Right? I don't know why, but it's still the same kick, right? So I can remove kick 2 since it's not relevant in the MIDI. And then when I hit here, the snare is being triggered, right? So what I can do is I can change the snare to another snare, right? Analog. Even the bass is triggering the snare. But when I click back the machine, I think it's pretty cool. And then when you look at this is the Y, right? So I can look at this and see which one is being triggered, right? The Y is this one that's being triggered. I can change this, and it doesn't have to be drum sound. It could be special effects, right? So if I want to do something interesting, I could do like I have to recalibrate it again. So this is some issues that you might have with the unit. I think it's because my stick is moving while I show you the settings, so it could be the fault is mine, right? But you get the idea, right? There's so many other settings that you can mess around with. Unfortunately, I still don't know how to change it to maybe a keyboard instrument and how, say for example, the kick, right? I want to change it to maybe keyboard related, right? It doesn't trigger, right? It has to be like a percussion type of thing. But you see how much potential it might have if there's more official documentation so that we can know how to, trigger the different sound in different ways, right? So I just want to show you how the MIDI works and how exciting it is, but I still need time to figure out how it fully works. So let us try go to like a drum machine. so you get the idea of how the MIDI works. Alright, so let's do the unboxing right now. So here's the receipt of the product. This is not a sponsored review video. This is really something that I purchased with my own money. So without further ado, let us begin. So here's the box. As you can see, it has AeroBand's logo here and also Pocketdrum 2 Max. On the side of the box, it looks like this. And then at the back, it looks like this. It also comes with the quick start guide on how to begin. And also one thing that really captured my interest is to play with MIDI. And then here's the drum position of how it works. There is an instruction menu, and then there's also this poster which shows you the position of the drums. So let me show you really quickly on this camera how it looks like. Okay, so this poster is actually quite big, but it shows you the drum positioning so that you can use this to reference when you play your drums, okay? And also what you have in the box is a 1-year free extended warranty. And one thing that you can see here is that there's actually a WhatsApp support from the senior team that you can join, and also scan to view an instruction and installation video. And actually at the back, there's also a WhatsApp group. I actually applied to join the WhatsApp group that they have over here. And unfortunately, since day 3, I still have not been accepted in that WhatsApp group. And from what I can see, there's around like less than 50 people in that group. So I'm not sure if it's a really active group at the moment of recording this video. You know, to be honest, my gut feeling is that the customer support could actually be better. So if AeroBand, you're watching this, hopefully, you know, the reason why you have a WhatsApp group is instantaneous customer support and also instantaneous, you know, community feedback and exchange, right? So if after 3 days, I'm not getting the response that I could get, I don't think that is very helpful for the overall customer experience. So moving on, here's the actual product. You can see that there is the drumsticks. The drumstick has AeroBand here. And then there's the power button over here, and both sticks are identical. I wasn't able to see a left and right indication on the sticks, so I think that these sticks are actually, you know, interchangeable. So it could be used like this, or it could be interchangeable, okay? And then you also have these things where you can step on it, where you can have, you can step on the left here to hit the hi-hat, and also the right to hit the bass drum, or, you know, change it so it's a double bass drum as well. And then there is, you know, the typical cables that you will see. And I believe that this is a USB-C cable, and then a USB-C cable here. And then here is the mastermind or the control of the whole drums. So basically you can turn this on, and then you need to use like a headphone output or a mic input here to use the music features, okay? So this is how it looks like. And then there's also a cable here for you to do line in or line out, and some 3M stickers over here. I think it's for sticking these pads so that they don't move. And finally, this is how the earphone looks like, okay? So I think it's interesting, it's nice to have. Personally, I already have earphones, but I think if you don't have these in-ear monitors, I feel it's a nice addition. So that's pretty much what is in the box, and this is the unboxing. So after this unboxing, let us move to my final review and thoughts on this product. When I first saw this product, it is a product that I really hope is something that could work out. And similar to your position, I was actually watching a lot of YouTube videos and also reviews online. And unfortunately, a lot of YouTube videos out there are about the Pocketdrum 2 Pro, which is the previous version. The Pocketdrum 2 Max was only recently released. At the time of filming this video, this is January 2025, so it was only released a few months ago from what I heard from the reseller. And I was told that the calibration issue has been kind of addressed, and also there are new indications on the drum set that will make it easier for you to, you know, air drum. So that's why I decided to just buy this and give this a try, even though there weren't a lot of review about this version. To be honest, I think the calibration thing, you kind of could see it just now through the different demos. I think one of the takeaways is that the way that you hold the drumstick, even a slight difference could change the sound. So you do need a lot of patience to use a tool like that. But if you have enough patience, you can explore other features like MIDI, so that it's not only just a drumstick that you can use to practice on the go, or, you know, use when there's limited spaces. Imagine you could use this for different type of use cases, different type of genres of music to keep the beat. I think the cool thing about this compared to other MIDI devices, the other MIDI device you could press a button and stuff like that, but this one, based on the angle that you hold the drumstick, it could produce a different sound. And if there's more documentation from the manufacturer, it'll be great and you can see more of the potentials of this product. And the other thing I want to share with the manufacturer if they're watching is that the first time when I connect the adapter to my computer, the computer prompts a notification saying if I should allow access for a device called Calibration. So when I first bought this, I got a little bit confused because I bought this from an authorized retailer, okay? They have like a certificate saying that they're the authorized retailer. And I think if you wanted people to treat you seriously or if this is a professional product, your input device on the computer shouldn't be Calibration, but it should be Pocketdrums, Max 2 or so on, right? So I hope that they do not overlook something like that. So if you ask me if this is a drum device for a professional drummer, I would say it's very difficult. I mean, like, it does take a lot of discipline and training or conditioning for you to make sure all the angles are correct so that the sound makes sense. But if you are in a professional environment where you have emotions and stuff like that, you might, move your position a little bit. So I think it might not be that perfect if you're thinking of for like a professional performance or something like that. But if you're looking at this as an angle, say for example, someone who is new to drumming, who you're not sure if they might enjoy it or not, and if you think the price is reasonable in your budget, then, and also if you know that that person has a limited space, then maybe you could explore a device like this to let them explore if they like drumming. Personally, I think at the beginning, a lot of this thing is okay for basic rhythms, right? Like just some snares and that feeling, that novelty of the vibrations and stuff like that is pretty cool. But when it comes to professional drumming, some people would say it's a toy, not necessary for like a performing occasion. There's different audiences, right? Some audience might want to go to busking with something simple, and busking, maybe the requirement might not be as high as using a real drum, then it might be fine, right? Or if what they want is portability, then this is a tool for them. But I do think that if you are struggling on the calibration issue and whether you'll like it, I would highly suggest you to see if you can find a retailer and then ask them if you can demo it and see for yourself if you like it or not and whether there's a lot of calibration involved. I do think that there's a steep learning curve for this unit, but there is also a huge potential. This is sort of like a product where it's like a love and hate thing, right? You really think that there's a huge potential in this product. You really want it to work, and you kind of could see that it could work when there are some adjustments in the future that could be added in this product. So for me, my summary is that as an experimental tool, as a tool to use MIDI and to kind of explore something performance artsy, it's something that I would buy. But if you're thinking of using this to learn like drumming, I think that it might be better to get an electronic drum, definitely, because when you learn drumming, having that experience of success and so on is so important, right? It encourages you to keep learning. But if with this tool or this piece of equipment, just a slight twist of your hand will change the sound, right? So you might not be able to get that sound that you want in the beginning, and the learning curve is quite steep. So might as well master rhythm and also the basics with a real drum or an electric drum, instead of using a tool like this. But if you're thinking of portability, if you're thinking of busking, or if you have a limited space in your apartment, I do believe that there is a use case for this product, but do not expect it to work like instantly like a real drum. There is a huge learning curve to it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing and this was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer some of your questions and also my experience as I go through experimenting with these drumsticks.